So, welcome to part 3 of the Ayurvedic routine, and something which I think is really important to establish in the morning is a bit of quiet for yourself and a bit of peace. So if you wake up, the earlier you wake up, the more you're going to recognize this and value it. So as I said in the previous videos, when you wake up early, there is a certain time of the day and the atmosphere is very clear. Not just clear physically, but with thoughts and energy. It's quite a time of clarity in the morning. So I think it's important when you wake up to take time. An excellent time to do this is to incorporate it when you have your hot drink. So you can just find somewhere really quiet just to sit. In the garden or in nature is really, really good. Probably a bit better because then you can look at something of nature and just look really closely at it and just have a bit of peace to yourself. So you can also reflect in this time, but just make sure that it's a bit of a positive reflection. So don't sit there and have this thought of like, oh God, this is my day, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, and see it in a negative point. See it as positive, right, what am I going to get done today? I'm up early, I have time, make a list. Anything going through your mind, just jot it down, and you can use this time to organise your mind, to set your day up in a positive way. And not be overwhelmed by any thoughts. Or if you do find that there's these overwhelming thoughts, you can start finding a solution for it within yourself. So the practice of meditation is something you can do in the morning. Again, I will have to do this on another video because it can go into quite a lot of detail. And obviously there's so many methods of meditation to do. If you can just sit quietly and observe your mind, or maybe focus on something really beautiful, like something in nature, or maybe if you're in a spiritual practice, maybe there's a symbol or something that brings you peace, just try to focus on that. And as the time goes on, you can try and build the time that you concentrate on this, and then it becomes your meditation practice. So for me, I developed this because there was a time when I would wake up in the morning and I was overwhelmed with a lot of decisions to make and thoughts, and it was quite troubling me. One day I woke up really early and I just stood in my garden, and I noticed that there was a moment when you wake up where these thoughts haven't rushed into your head and you feel really clear and you feel good and okay. And I thought, oh gosh, I'm going to try and practice keeping that gap of clarity and see how long I can keep that, because really I don't want all these horrible thoughts rushing into my head. And this is where I started to meditate, actually, and it was quite a natural, organic process. I didn't necessarily get taught a certain way to do it. I did a few courses and things, but really it was this experience for myself of waking up early and noticing that there is a time when your mind is very clear and the thoughts haven't rushed in, and it's a practice of widening that gap, and you widen it for a few extra minutes every time, and then it becomes your meditation practice. So another thing you can do in the morning is to journal. So if you have a journal, like a diary, just write a couple of pages of thoughts that's in your mind. It's a really good way to empty the bin. So your mind is like a dustbin. Like, it's really useful and you definitely need it. Everyone needs a dustbin in their house because there's rubbish that goes around. And you put that rubbish in it, basically. But you wouldn't have a rotting full dustbin kept in your house. You have to empty that bin, take it outside and throw it away. And writing can be a practice of this. You're basically emptying the bin of your mind onto a piece of paper, and then you don't have to think about it, and then it's not in your head anymore, because that stuff is like rotting old stuff. Like, you don't need to have it in your head, so get rid of it. Writing is a really good way to do this. So that's your morning reflection time and understanding your mind. I think it's a really important part of the routine, actually. Obviously there's all the physical things that I spoke about before with reducing armour, But really, if you can just sit for a couple of minutes in the morning with yourself and start to build this reflection time, you'll find that you'll be able to do be able to do really great things in your life. And it just brings some peace and clarity into your being, and allowing yourself to just be. That's it. So yeah, that's that aspect of the routine. And look out for my next video, which I'm going to talk about exercising. So we're going to go into the art of the yoga practice in the morning and a bit of breathing. So thanks for listening.